Today's Power Tap is, don't take it personal. It's really not about you. Join me in these Power Taps and let's awaken your dreams. It's really easy to be offended by what people think, say, or do, especially if it appears personal. And I have a special request from Georgia, and she writes to us today. Hey Jen, I am currently experiencing family issues. My mother is always calling me and telling me what is wrong with my life and how I need to change it. I am happy with my life, but I get really down when she starts putting me down. Can you help? Yes, I can, Georgia, and it sounds like you just need a good healthy dose of not taking it too personal. And if you're watching at home, here are some signs that you may also be taking things too personal. You are easily affected by other people's moods and emotions. You feel devastated if someone judges you. You are always seeking others' approval before your own. You are doing things just to make others happy. You are paralyzed in moving forward in case you fail. Or you find yourself comparing yourself to others. All of these are signs that perhaps it's time to loosen up and love yourself more. I've experienced it in my own life. Here's what's happened to me. I am the type of person who always wants to love and feel love. And sometimes others are not in the space to love or share love. And this is when I take it personal. It has been my program to think that I must have done something wrong because I'm not getting the love or connection that I want. And this particular habit has affected many areas of my life. When I didn't get the role in that big film I wanted, when people have said nasty comments about me on Facebook, or even when people do things I think are not moral. All of these things, I guess you could say, are reason to be offended or take it personal. But I have learned a piece of wisdom, which is to forget what hurt you, not what it taught you. And so now whenever I find myself offended, hurt, or taking it personal, I take a moment and ask, what is the wisdom? And hooray, I am no longer taking it personal. And so now I invite you to stop taking it personal and live your life with happiness. Let's sit in a comfortable position. And massaging underneath the collarbones. And I just want you to tune into what's offended you, what you feel someone has done or said about you, or how they've reacted to you that's made you feel offended. And just tune into that right now and how you've taken it so personal and it's affecting your emotions and your thoughts and the way you feel. Just tune into that right now. Tapping the center of the chest. And then take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Awesome. And repeating after me. If the word's not completely accurate, you can change the word. Even though I feel really offended right now, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping between the brows. I feel really offended about, and name what it is you're offended about. Tapping the temples. And it's understandable I feel offended. You wouldn't believe what they did. Tapping the cheeks. And I feel really offended about this. Tapping underneath the nose. I love and deeply accept myself. Exactly as I am. Tapping underneath the lips, even though I feel really offended right now. I feel hurt. I don't feel appreciated. I feel disrespected. I feel, and just name what you feel about this situation. I feel, and name what that is. Tapping the center of the chest. I feel, say it again. And that's totally understandable. You wouldn't believe what just happened. Tapping the front of the ribs. And I feel offended. I'm taking it personal. And it's justified. And just feel all of that offense, all of that taking it personal, all of that struggle inside about what they did, what they said, what they thought. Tapping the side of the ribs. I forgive myself for being so offended because it's understandable. Tapping the side of the wrist. And I can keep being offended by this. I can keep taking it personal. Tapping the next finger. And I can let it ruin my day. I can let it take all of my energy. Because why? And just say what happened. Because, and say that. Tapping the next finger. And it's understandable. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. But part of me wants to feel better. Part of me doesn't want to feel offended. Part of me wants to feel confident as I am. Tapping the little finger. Even if what they did was wrong. And it was wrong. I love and deeply accept myself. And I can keep being offended by it if I want to. Tapping the side of the hand. But part of me just wants to let it go. Tapping the top of the head. Even if it's justified, me being upset. I really want to let this go. It's justified that I'm offended. And I just want you to feel in the justification that you're offended. It's justified that I feel this way. And I can keep holding on to it as long as I want to. Tapping the temples. Now I want you to feel this justification of being offended. And usually when we're justifying something, we're actually trying to prove something. The justification, whether we're putting it out there in the world, but that's just the simple justification is the trying to prove something, right? Trying to prove that you're right or trying to prove that the other person's wrong. That justification of being offended. So just tune into that right now, tapping the cheeks. And just tune into how that feels in your body. It probably doesn't feel good. What's the texture of it? Is it hard? Is it prickly? Is it static? What's the texture of it? That justification of being offended. Tapping underneath the nose and taking it personal. Just feel that right now. Really lean into that feeling and just feel what that feels like, because that's what you're carrying around with you. It's justified, but just feel it. Let yourself have it. Lean into it and then just times it by 50%. Get really uncomfortable. Let yourself really have that justification that you're offended. Take a big deep breath. Release a big sigh. Good. Tapping underneath the lips. I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. And I can keep being offended if I want to. I can hold on to it for the rest of my life if I want to. So just tune into what that would feel like then if you just kept holding on to that. I'm offended, it's not fair, why me, they did this. Tune into all of that story going on and how that affects your body, how it affects your emotions, how it affects your physical health, how it affects your life force. Now imagine yourself holding on to that for the rest of your life. Feel that on your final day, you're still held on to it, it's still going on in your mind. Let yourself have that. Take a big deep breath and a big sigh. Good. Tapping the front of the ribs. I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. And it's okay that I've been carrying this. But I'm ready to feel free now. Tapping the side of the ribs. I deserve to feel free. No matter what they think, say, or do. Tapping the side of the wrist. I deserve to feel free. No matter who, name the person, what they say, think, or do. Tapping the side of the thumb. I deserve to be free. Tapping the next finger. I give myself permission to feel free. I don't need to hold on to this. Tapping the next finger. I don't even need to prove myself. I can relax it all right here, right now. I'm ready to relax this now because I'm sick of holding on to it. Tapping the little finger. I'm sick of trying to prove myself. Tapping the side of the hand. I'm just ready to feel free. I give myself permission to be free of this. Tapping the top of the head. Take a big deep breath. Release a big sigh. Good. Tapping between the brows. I love and forgive myself for holding on to all of this. I'm in a safe place to let it go. Tapping the temples. Even if they never know who I truly am. Tapping the cheeks. Even if they never get it, I'm getting it. I know who I am. And that's what matters most. Tapping underneath the nose. I know who I am. I'm a good human being. And I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of respect. I'm worthy of being recognized for who I am. I'm beautiful. I'm worthy of love. And I'm giving myself that love now. And take a big, deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping the center of the chest. I want you to tune into what the incident was that offended you or that you took personal. And I want you to tune into that exact moment where you got really offended. And I want you to see yourself in that moment as you shrunk or as you hid or as you got defensive. Tune into that moment right now and just tune into what you needed from that situation in order to feel safe. Did you need a big hug? Did you need love? Did you need to be taken into another room? What did you need in order to feel safe in that situation? Tapping the front of the ribs. I really needed, just say what you needed. Tapping the side of the ribs, and I didn't get it. Instead, I got, and say what you got, and that really hurt me. That offended me. That made me scared and sad. Because I got, and just name what you got instead of all that love that you wanted. And that made me sad inside. Tapping the side of the thumb. Because what I really needed was, and what did you really need? And I wasn't getting it. Tapping the next finger. I'm still a good person. I'm still worthy of love, even though I didn't get it. And I just want you to tune into that situation now, tapping the middle finger. And I want you to tune into that situation and see your higher self entering the picture. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger and giving that to that version of yourself. Giving that quality. Was it a hug? Was it love? Was it human connection? Was it forgiveness? Was it being seen? Tune into whatever it was that you needed in that situation and see your higher self giving it to you right now. Tapping the little finger. See yourself receiving that right now. Take a big deep breath in. Release a big sigh. Tapping the side of the hand. I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. And I'm giving myself, and name what you're giving yourself, because I'm worthy of it. I'm still a good person. And I'm still worthy of love. And I'm giving it to myself now. Take a big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tapping the roof of the head. I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. And I'm receiving all the love I need now. Whether they give it to me or not, I'm giving it to me now. And it feels really good. And how does it feel when you give that type of love to yourself, when you give that type of support to yourself? How does it change how you interact with the other person when you're giving it to yourself first? When you're not depending on them to give it to you, when you're giving yourself it? How does that change how you react? How does that change how you talk to them? How does that change how you feel What's happening now that you're experiencing the love that you need, that you're giving it to yourself? What does it make you do? Imagine that right now. See yourself in that situation being nourished by that type of love and see how your reactivity changes. See how the way you show up changes. What's happening? I am, and just name what it is. Tapping underneath the nose. I am. Tapping underneath the lips. And this feels really, what does it feel like when you get to do that and be that and know that? It feels really, name the top 3 emotions. And that's super empowering. Tapping the front of the chest. It feels really, top 3 emotions. And I can really be myself with this. And it feels really, and name what it is. And I'm a powerful human being. And I'm open to forgiving them for not knowing me better. I'm open to forgiving them for, and just name what you're forgiving them for. Tapping the front of the ribs. It's possible they didn't know any better. I'm open to forgiving them for, and just name what it is that you've been holding against them. Tapping the side of the ribs, because we're all worthy of love at the end of the day. I'm worthy of love. Tapping the side of the wrist, and it's possible they're worthy of love. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the side of the thumb. I love and deeply accept myself. And it's possible I don't need to be offended anymore. It's possible I don't need to take it personal. Tapping the next finger. I'm a good person. Tapping the next finger. I'm worthy of love. And I don't need to take it personal. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger, because I know who I am. And I'm a good human being. I know who I am. And I'm a good human being. And so I don't need to take it personal. Big deep breath, big sigh. Beautiful. I want you to tap all over your body now. And I want you to say 10 affirmations that just support who you are and how beautiful and how powerful you are and how special you are. I just want you to say that out loud right now. I want to hear 10 things out loud. I think my little puppy down here is feeling it too. He's moving around. Yeah. What are 10 affirmations right now? Like, I am beautiful. I am a powerful human being. I am a good soul. I love myself. I'm worthy of love. I've got all my needs met. What are your 10 affirmations right now? I want to hear them. Keep going. Beautiful. Take a big deep breath into that. Fill your whole body up with that energy. Let yourself feel that right now. Big deep breath, exhale. I'm so grateful that we got to share this power tap together so that you don't take things personal and remember how powerful and beautiful you truly are. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to check out more power taps, head on over to YouTube and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. You can't lick your penis on camera, honey. I'm sorry. Isn't he such a sweetheart? He just sat there for the whole time, just loving us up. Didn't you, little bear? Yes, you did. You did. Oh, he's such a cutie. You know, I just gotta wake him up sometimes, but he's so cute. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are, love. I love you.